and welcome to the UNISMO first seminar in its East Globe edition, Global Markets Reopening, the Opportunities for SMEs, which comes at a crucial time when the whole world is fighting the corona pandemic, the worst enemy we are all facing. But as entrepreneurs who have to lead the way and pivot for all, we need to think and help others to decide and defeat this pandemic by helping and reopening the global markets and help in discovering the opportunities. We are thankful to all of the distinguished speakers and all the participants. And without any further ado, please help me to start this seminar with a welcome speech by His Excellency Mr. Abdel Nabi Al-Shu'la, the Chairman of the UNISMO, the United International SMEs Organization. Mr. Chairman, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, distinguished speakers, panelists and audience, fellow members of UNISMO, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the founders of UNISMO and on my own behalf, it gives me great pleasure to greet you and to welcome you all to this first event organized by UNISMO. The formation of UNISMO was undertaken by a number of senior executives and experts in the fields of entrepreneurship and SMEs representing the 6 continents of the world. It came in response to the need to create an international platform to achieve many vital objectives, of which I will cite only 2 of them. First one is to contribute to the development of an enabling environment for the small and medium enterprises sector around the world. The second one is working to convey the voice and aspirations of entrepreneurs and owners of small and medium enterprises to the country leaders and decision makers around the world through official channels represented by various international organizations of the United Nations and other specialized organizations. There are also a number of important other objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, the subject and the theme of this seminar cannot be more relevant, appropriate, and timely. The global economy has taken a huge hit from the coronavirus pandemic since the beginning of this year. We hope that the worst is over and a quick recovery is on the way from the worst global downturn since the 1930s. While observing social distancing measures and while remaining cautious and fearful of another wave of the pandemic and corresponding lockdowns, gradually global economies are being reopened for business after long and painful shutdowns. Though we are probably still a long way from returning to complete normalcy, we are encouraged by record levels of fiscal stimulus as the global fiscal support now stands at over $10 trillion, in addition to sustained low interest rates and ongoing low inflation. All of these factors create a positive environment for a quick recovery and for economies to start emerging from lockdowns. Furthermore, the news of vaccine development is promising. It goes, however, without saying that additional policy support can lead to a quicker resumption of economic activity. Another foregone conclusion is that no real and substantial economic recovery can be achieved without giving utmost priority to the SMEs sector. Without the survival and the growth of SMEs, the health of the world economy cannot be regained. SMEs represent an average of 95% of all companies in the world. This is where the majority of people in the world work. And this is where ideas and energy are generated. SMEs are the lifeblood of the world economy. Supporting their sustainability, strength, and resilience is an important policy component of employment, of social cohesion, and more inclusive growth. To ensure their contribution to the growth of national, regional, and world economy, we have to continue to address the three major challenges confronted by them, mainly access to finance, lack of expertise, and barrier to cross-border trade. It is vitally important for the speedy world economic recovery to have fully functioning support measures for SMEs on national, regional, and international levels. Like the rest of the world, the SMEs sector in the countries of the Gulf Cooperation Council, the GCC, was the most affected with the pandemic devastation. SMEs represent more than 98% of the total number of companies operating in this region. As we said, that the average international average is 95%, but in our region, it is 98%, contributing in some of GCC countries towards 52% of the non-oil GDP. Entire sectors such as hospitality, food and beverage, entertainment, tourism and travel will have to be at least reshaped, if not totally reinvented. These sectors constitute an important base of the economy of this region and have to experience new realities. I want to conclude by saying that hopefully your debates today will show them the way to maintain their resilience and to go forward from local and regional to global markets. Thank you very much indeed, and wish you all success in your deliberation.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for this wonderful speech, which gives a lot of thoughts to take with us. And of course, I believe that there are lots of questions, but we'll leave them for the question and answer session later on. Thank you very much once again. And now, please welcome Her Excellency Ms. Iman Al-Dosari, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Tourism, on behalf of His Excellency Mr. Zayed Al-Zayani, Minister of Industry, Commerce and Tourism, Kingdom of Bahrain. Ms. Iman, please, stage is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Abdul Hassan. It gives me a great pleasure to be amongst you today. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, first I would like to express my gratitude to all members of UNISMO for their efforts and initiatives to support the SMEs by creating cross-borders opportunity in a time that markets are facing challenges and businesses are passionate for new chances. The Kingdom of Bahrain has attached great importance to invest in entrepreneurship and innovation, aiming to enhance the competitiveness of the startups and the SME sectors over the past 2 decades by focusing on the transition from an oil-based economy to a globally competitive and productive one as per Bahrain's Economic Vision 2030, depending on sustainability, fairness, and competitiveness as its core principles, focusing on partnership between the public and the private sectors to create and encourage the environment. The Kingdom of Bahrain is ambitious and determined to be a hub for entrepreneurs, startups, and SMEs in the region and globally. Therefore, we have invested heavily to create the required infrastructure, supported policies, nurturing skills, with the government continuing efforts to streamline business environments. Ladies and gentlemen, within the framework of developing startups and SMEs, the SMEs Development Board was formed under the directives of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince, the Chairman of the Economic Development Board, with a 5-year action plan until the year 2030.